welcome to 1992. My name is Daniel. I am joined as always by two experts in our favorite decade. Wesley, how are you?
Life is good, bro. As usual, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood and just got better.
And we couldn't do this without the people's class clown. Cass, welcome back.
That's right. I might not have been class clown of Beulah 1997, but today I'm everybody's class clown.
We are taking a look at the month of September in 1992, and as always, we're going to get started with the events right after a brief message.
It's Wayne and Garth.
Not.
But these are real Wayne's World caps.
Just $5 with proofs of purchase from a Wayne's World video.
And from 5 crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger candy or ice cream bars.
Excellent.
No way.
No way.
We're taking a look at the events of September 1992, and we are going to start at the beginning of the month. September 3rd, Jerry Lewis Telethon, Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. Did you guys... Am I the only one who had enough sick days at school to have sat around and watched too many hours of the Jerry Lewis MDA Telethon?
Okay, so I didn't watch this during the day. I don't remember it during the day.
It was some 24 hours long, was it not? I don't remember for sure.
Maybe. It wasn't on like while Sesame Street was on. I'd have been pissed.
I think it started early in the day.
What? Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't really remember that.
But
I love Jerry Lewis. I just don't remember it that way. And maybe I should. Maybe there was like, let's talk about this. And kids, go tell your mom to give us some money. And maybe, what channel did that come on?
I'm gonna go with like CBS.
Okay, yeah.
The, as you say, the old people's channel. It just seems like a.
No, I didn't watch this. I was getting this mixed up with like the PBS.
Oh, PBS
Telethon.
Keep Us in Business Telethon.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't watch this. This was like, if it's CBS,
featuring Forever Plaid, and well, I don't know who else. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg has some things to say. What I remember is it was always co-hosted. Well, always to my knowledge, by one Ed McMahon.
Sure.
But now let's welcome to the stage, everyone, Jerry Lewis. So we got a musical number up front. This is.
I love Jerry Lewis, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Jerry Lewis, like or our generation, if you don't have just some fond memory of some Jerry Lewis movie or moment, then I don't know what kind of life he led. So anyway, Jerry Lewis is awesome and is the source of a lot of just clean comic memories for me. Good old laughs when I was a kid. So yeah, whatever. And I respect him for doing this telethon that I never really cared about, but I knew about it and respected him for it.
I personally know one person whose daughter benefited from these telethons.
Nice.
She had hospital bills. I don't remember exactly what was wrong, but he got mad because what was it? Was it Chris Rock who did the skit where he was making fun of, these telethons and how nothing ever got done from it? When that skit came out, he was very upset because, it personally helped his family and his daughter.
Okay. Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. Oh, he was so funny, bro.
I can't name you a movie that he was in, but in my mind, I can kind of remember his characters.
Yeah, me neither. I'm with you. Just that same, always the same, right? Over the top, crazy faces, goes into that super high voice.
Watching this, I'm not saying this is good. I'm just saying that we're in a generation now where I don't think a telethon. Most
you don't think it would work?
Most kids have never seen a telethon, and you don't. What is going on screen right now? I don't know. You just don't get that anymore,
What would be the closest thing to a telethon that we get on television these days?
I can't think of.
What?
The first thing that came to mind was when Twitch does those game streams where they're raising money for, various good causes. And I was like, we're gonna beat every Nintendo game over the next 2 days.
they did that. Didn't they do that concert for like Houston or something where they had all the artists? or was it Haiti, or
Oh,
they had
probably,
some
yeah,
big
yeah.
natural disaster, and then a
Some
bunch of
disaster relief.
artists got together and they
Yeah.
played concerts on TV to raise money.
Sure, that sounds familiar. I can't think of any of them, but
It's easier
whatever. I
than
can say for sure that I've never called into one to give money.
it's
I know
easier
I've
than
never done
ever
that.
now. You know, if this is done on a streaming platform now, there's just a little button to click right below. You know, so you're not having to coerce people to their telephones to call. You know, if you're in Orange County, dial 714. That's
I probably would. Like as an adult, would you call into one of these if you were in a magic time machine and lived 1990?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Are you a charitable person? Are either of you charitable people?
I'm mildly charitable. I think I'd like to think.
Okay.
I think we all want to think that though, but
I'm more of a personal, like I'm a giver. So like if anybody needs help and they ask me, I can't say no.
Sure.
So I feel like I'm very charitable in that way. Like if somebody, you know, I had a guy I was pumping gas come up, and he said he just wanted a sandwich from Subway. So, or you know, he needed food, and there was Subway right there. And I'm like, I'm not going to give you money, but if you want a sandwich, we can go in and you can buy anything off that menu you want.
That's right.
And he was like, that's great, let's do that. So I went in and bought him a sandwich. You know,
Sure.
I'll stop if somebody's on the side of the road and help them change a tire or something like that. Like that's what I
Yeah, me
enjoy
too.
doing. But as
Sure.
far as like, I don't know, I'm a little cynical about some of these big charitable organizations. I feel like somebody is pocketing the majority of the money I'm donating, and it's
Sure.
not going to the cause that I think it is.
Hmm.
So I'm not too quick to pick up the phone and call or text to the Red Cross or anything like that.
Right on.
what's that saying about if you want to make things better, start in your neighborhood? That's definitely not the saying, but you know what I'm going for.
That's it. If you want to change the world, start on your own street.
I think that's closer. Yeah.
But yeah,
Looking at the man in the mirror, as Miguel Haxon used to say.
my dude. Honestly, that's the third or fourth song that made me cry, and I bawled the time that song made me cry. Oh, it's horrible.
It'll get you every now and then.
Every now and then, but yeah, one time it was. What do they call them? Crocodile tears or alligator tears?
Crocodile tears.
Oh, it was pathetic. That was one of those. I don't know, the Lord touching my soul. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? But I had to come to Jesus, or whoever you want to say I came to. I came to somebody.
Come to MJ.
Came to Michael Jackson. There's a joke there that we're going to leave alone.
There's a segue here that I'm going to leave alone too, because
Last night, a crime was committed in your community.
on September 4th, the first non-news program to be seen on 3 networks simultaneously is called Scared Silent, hosted by Oprah. It's about child abuse. Just kind of noteworthy. A couple things. 3 networks showing a program simultaneously was a big deal, of course, because it made it more about the actual problem than the profits, which is always nice.
Because they all want a piece of those profits.
So
And
apparently,
they want the exclusivity to drive everybody to their channel.
but yeah, so you know, let's start speaking out about child abuse a little more in 1992. Uncover the issues. Oprah.
You guys remember this?
No, I don't.
I don't.
Do you?
No.
Nah, it was
Yeah, my mom was
probably
still beating my
because
ass. My mom didn't watch this.
if your mom saw you watching this, she would have turned it off and beat you. Is that what you were saying? Just for
We're
good
watching
measure.
it. She's just looking at me. Don't go getting any ideas. Don't go getting any ideas.
I mean, the
Whatever.
sad thing is, we didn't have cable, so we only had these 3 channels.
Right.
So if our
Right.
TV was on, we would have watched it. But
This was Friday at 10 p.m. I don't
Haven't
know.
watched it.
We were playing video games.
It was on ABC also.
if possible. It was
What were the
on
major networks?
CBS, NBC, and PBS. So CBS and NBC are your major
Hey,
networks.
so you know what that was?
What's that?
That was ABC saying, "You want us to do what during TGIF?"
Oh, that was
Nah.
right. Friday
Man.
Friday is not good for us.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was watching TGIF. If I wasn't at a football game, or a basketball game, I was watching TGIF. I was not watching
That was
Don't Beat Your
solid.
Kids because my mom wouldn't with it.
50-50 in 92, we could have been at a football game on a Friday night.
Sure.
Moving on.
Just like every kid, I loved.
This is a little more recent footage, but
Yeah,
Mae
who's that?
Jemison, she was the first African American woman to go into space aboard the Endeavour STS-47, September
She's a
92.
cutie.
Yeah, she was. Where's the cute photo that I saw of her in the spacecraft? I'm not gonna see it.
Is that what you
there.
have highlighted right now?
There it
What's on the
is.
screen?
There it is. Yeah, there was some. There we go. So I wanted to see her back
she
in
was a
'92,
cutie.
and she was definitely a cutie.
Yeah.
As a young
I
lady in
want Eleanor to
'92.
be an astronaut. I talk to her about going to space all the time. And it's always in the, when you go to space and when you do this, when you get up there.
It's very empowering. I like it. Win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Speaking in wins.
Speaking in wins. Speak it into existence. What way?
I wanted to be an astronaut until we took a family vacation to Huntsville, and they had like a simulator or something of something
Did
that
you
the
get sick?
astronauts had to do. I didn't get sick, but I did not enjoy it. It scared the crap out of me, and I was like, nope, that's it.
You got to go to the G unit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it's called the G unit.
No, this was like this little, I don't know, it went up and down, almost like a bungee
I
kind
remember
of jump thing.
Oh, okay.
And I was not with it.
all the cool kids went and did that astronaut simulator in Huntsville when we were young, and I was always jealous when I heard the stories about it.
Is it space camp or the thing that was in the mall?
It was sort of like, it wasn't a camp because it was like a one-day thing, right? So
Yeah,
you just went and experienced some stuff.
Mine was just we drove to Huntsville.
Park, but not, right?
But I know they did used to have a space camp where, like, you could try on astronaut uniforms and eat the astronaut food and stay overnight and stuff.
Yep, my sister went for a couple of days with H. Who is this?
Well, this is the prelims. I wanted to just talk about what all goes into the Miss America in 1992 because that's what we're moving on to. We're going to crown our 66th Miss America. Is that her?
I don't
even know. Well, I'm going to show her to you in a second, but I just wanted to show you some of the talent portions of Miss America.
She looks kind of cool. I like pianist.
She's got that
In it.
got the mad Beethoven thing going on, playing a little trumpet here. This if truth time, if I told you we were still watching the Jerry Lewis MDA marathon, would you believe me?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
So this
but
part
we're
of
not.
the
This is Miss America. I'm not setting you up.
You ever watch one of these?
I'm sure. Well, you know what? As much as I absolutely love staring at beautiful women, I have never made it through the entirety of one of these without tuning out. Yeah,
there is no way in the world I'm watching all this mess.
I'll drop in and out, but not. I can't stay.
My wife and I watched the one where the girl from Opelika won.
Oh, neat.
Right on.
I didn't even know that was the thing. So
yeah, I can't.
I gotta find a tap dancer. There we go, and right on command.
I do like tap dancers.
It's a very don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to pageant system, but it is somewhat strange. Anyway, your winner.
We watched some tap dancing, put Ellen to bed to some tap dancing tonight, or as we're preparing, she's pretty, as we're preparing for bed. Moses poses. His toes are roses.
Here's your winner, Miss Leanza Cornett from Florida. See if we can get a better
Never
look at
heard
her.
of you.
There she is.
Oh, she's pretty.
Miss America.
Some hellacious earrings.
I was, deciding how to comment on those massive earrings.
She's really pretty.
Yeah. As you'd expect.
Right? I wonder what she looks like now. That looks like a psychopath. What did you do, dummy?
This kid is named Gregory Kingsley. He's 12-year-old. He won the right to divorce his parents.
I was about to say it. That's the little numbnut that divorced his parent. Like when they did that, when you said the thing on television, and I was talking about my mom, and her reaction to it is, don't get any ideas, and don't even think about divorcing me. And then there he is.
Boom, boom. Right on the same month.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
What was going on with this? Was he being beaten?
Yeah, I think
for real being beaten.
Yeah, that was it. So and did not have any other relatives he wanted to be with, so he got some foster parents and just won the right to leave the originals, and not only changed his last name but changes his first name too. So Gregory Kingsley divorced his parents and became Sean Russ.
Is that right?
That's right.
And it was because he was being beaten.
That's ballsy. I would have never thought to do that to my parents.
Maybe this September 92 was Child Abuse Awareness Month. Apparently.
It was Oprah. She gave him.
Oprah does what Oprah does, which is whatever she wants. The U.S. Mars Observer launched from the space shuttle, landed in September. And we get some sweet pictures of mapping the Martian world.
Do you think we're ever actually going to go to Mars?
If Elena is.
Are you calling Arnold Schwarzenegger a liar?
Elon Musk is wanting to do it in like the next 5 years or something.
Oh,
I'm still not sure how I feel about old Elon Musk.
We're not going in the next 5 years, but we're going at some point.
He is
inevitably
an ambitious dude with a lot of money.
I just want to put somebody back on the moon. Like, let's do a live stream from the moon so we can.
That's all you got to do.
Somebody's landed on the moon.
Out of the way. Let's get that out of the way.
Let's shut Daniel up about that real quick, and then we'll talk about Mars.
I'm looking at Mars with a squinted eye right now. Like, okay, that's a cool looking marble potentially.
But the moon's, I can see the moon, and we won't go there.
Yeah.
Speaking of stars,
there should at least be like a telescope on the moon, right?
Right. Something that proves that we were there and looks back at us. And
well, they got that. Well, they say they have that mirror that they can bounce a laser off of to prove that we've landed on the moon.
Do it. I still won't believe it. It'll just be something in orbit.
Well, we know that we landed a little remote controlled car on Mars.
Of course we did.
Right?
That's 100% not New Mexico.
It plays Happy Birthday to itself every year on its birthday.
Are you telling me that I've got a new conspiracy I can throw at people? Thank you. You've made my day. You've made my day.
You're welcome.
I was too busy debating the legitimacy of the moon landing to ever even start calling them out on this Mars thing. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Beautiful.
Right? You guys aimed a rocket at Mars, and Mars is where again? Shut up. Is what I would say if I was a doubter. I believe you did it. Totally. Don't come to my house killing people.
Okay, speaking of stars, we got a new Hollywood Walk of Fame star for one Roseanne, who starred, just simply says Roseanne, not Roseanne Barr, not Roseanne Arnold, just Roseanne. I'm team this show is not good at all.
Is that right?
Yes, this show is unwatchable.
Interesting. I am team you're a nut.
Okay, hey, that's and respect, right? Because I'm in the minority of this opinion, and I'm okay
the show's
with that.
real.
I'm okay with that.
I'm team. My parents were too conservative to allow me to watch this.
Is that right?
Yes, I was not allowed to watch Roseanne.
You
I was
took it.
not allowed to watch Murphy Brown. There was a lot of stuff I was not allowed to watch.
Well, in this case, your parents
that
just had
right?
good taste.
Yeah, when you only have one TV in the house, you really can't get around it.
No doubt. Yeah, my mom was totally cool with Roseanne because whatever. I can't say
mean,
that's our life at all, but
There's an element of realness to it.
those are
Sure.
yeah, it's just real. Yeah, it's real. Nobody else I could relate to on television.
I appreciate it. You know, portraying, doing a portrayal of what would you call it? Middle class or middle lower
Right.
was
Lower
Yeah,
middle
lower
class.
middle
life.
class.
was really all about. You didn't, know what family ties where they live in the giant house and that kind of thing.
Who wasn't rich or who wasn't like very comfortable?
Right.
Like even the Winslows were comfortable.
That's Family Matters, right? Yeah, their house was huge.
That's Family Matters. Then
Who's the Boss?
like-
That house was so huge. She hired a
Yeah,
male
that's
butler.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Connecticut,
Family
and
Ties
she
house
has a
was
butler.
huge. For some reason, I'm
Family
thinking of
Ties.
the show Alf, and that house was huge.
Full house there in San Francisco.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
San Francisco neighborhood, and their dad is a sports
Right,
reporter,
absolutely.
right? So
He was a morning show.
Morning show host. He was Regis Philbin, our like local guy.
Yeah, for San Francisco.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was no houses on TV that reflected, the house that I was living in. And granted, my house was free. The only reason we were able to do what we were able to do to, how little money we had growing up was because we didn't have a mortgage. My father had a job as a pastor where we were given a house to live in on the church property.
Yeah, your bedroom was awesome.
It was the upstairs giant bedroom with the slanted ceilings.
Yeah,
They built that specifically for us because when he accepted the job, he was like, this house doesn't fit our needs. We need one more bedroom. And they're like, well, we can turn the attic into a bedroom.
is that right?
That is how that bedroom ended up there.
I'll tell you what, as I was grabbing my beer, I'm up in the man cave right now chilling. As I was grabbing my beer, I was thinking, you know why this room feels familiar to me? It's because it's like Cass's bedroom.
Even the stairs that go, now that you've said, it would have never clicked with me until you said that just now, but just even going up there, it has a similar feel, doesn't it?
Yep, it sure does. Just the smaller version of your bedroom.
I need to go hang out up there then.
Yeah, come on.
Go play some NBA Jam up there.
Play some NBA Jam and we'll drink some beers instead of some dews. Or we can drink some dews.
Take your pick. All right, moving on. Here's a weird one for you. The ASPCA stops a Santeria ceremony in the Bronx, halting the sacrifice of 42 animals.
I was about to say they were trying. That's one swole little dude, man. Rewind that. What's going on with that little kid's arms? What is that all about?
Now, I don't practice Santeria, so I don't.
You should use your crystal ball.
I don't know a
You
thing
don't have
about
one,
this.
do you?
I got no crystal ball. And if we're gonna keep going,
$1,000,000,
I'll-
but
I'd probably spend it all too on
I
something
had my
or another.
Sublime hat on earlier today.
I'll
My brother got me a Sublime hat when he was working at Hot Topic.
fully admit
Okay.
to having no idea what Santeria was, even when that song was in my head all the time. So
Is that right?
yeah,
Okay, well now you do, right? You've watched the story
yeah,
in preparation for this moment.
absolutely. So I'm a little more in the loop.
Why is there always like some?
Just some
Not
strange.
always.
Well, I mean, it's not. Is it fair for me to say strange? I will say strange only because of the sacrifice of animals. But biblically speaking, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I was like thinking like that white lady reminded me of that chick from the movie Under the Tuscan Sun, like random blonde white lady in an area like this. I don't know. She reminded me of that movie.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Magic Johnson on September 29, 1992 will announce his comeback to professional basketball. We are awaiting MJ.
He's the GOAT.
Not to be confused with the other MJ that's the GOAT. But Magic Johnson, here he is. Now, spoiler alert, he announces his return to play basketball. But actually, he does not return to play basketball during this particular comeback announcement. He does play a couple preseason games, but backs out before the actual season begins, so he does not play an official game as a Laker in 1992, in the 92 to 93 season.
We've talked about this before, and I've said I thought that it had a lot to do with the other players being like, nah.
Mr.
How about if we don't?
As a matter of fact, Mr. Brute Strength, who I will very soon find that commercial for, Karl Malone, was at the forefront of no, how about you don't come back to play basketball? So there was some fallout between them, apparently. This is the kind of thing you learn when you're looking up Magic Johnson announcement and Karl Malone Brute Strength commercials.
So, one more thing about Magic Johnson that you guys have heard me say over the past couple of episodes, if you've watched them all, or if you ever go back and listen. I think Magic Johnson is arguably the best player ever. And Michael Jordan really didn't start having success for real and establish himself until Magic was gone. Someone recently kind of pointed out, and it may have been you guys last week, but it's a new thought to me and still powerful for me, is the idea that all this happened at his prime. He was like just in his prime when all this happens. Like with all the success he had before this, he was, still very much so in his prime. I want to say he was at the oldest, 32 at the very oldest. I don't think he was that old when this happened.
It would not be a stretch to say that as far as being at 100% level, we may have lost upwards of 6 years of Magic Johnson.
Exactly.
And who knows how different things could have been. So it's a very good
for
point.
His legacy.
Yeah. For his legacy, for Michael Jordan's legacy. If in this theoretical thing here, we go to the finals and lose to the Lakers year after year, or even split with some of those.
Right.
What is the conversation then? Now, everything I know about Michael Jordan still makes me feel like he's just absolute best, but I know a lot more about Michael Jordan than I do Magic Johnson.
Absolutely. Michael Jordan played Magic Johnson one time in the finals, and Magic's second best player was Vlade Divac. Yeah, give the Lakers an opportunity to
give him a
recover from losing Kareem and James Worthy and all the guys for real.
Yeah, it was a bit of a transitional period there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, and oddly related, so on this same month, we're going to lose actor Anthony Perkins, probably most notable to you guys from the movie Psycho. Also,
that's Psycho Killer.
Yeah, Norman Bates from the Bates Motel, but he's going to die of AIDS at the age of 60.
I remember that, actually.
Meanwhile, Magic Johnson is going to go on to beat it completely. I'll get a chance to talk about Magic's incredibly impressive training regimen later on when he makes spoiler alert, he may make another comeback attempt in the next couple of years.
Right.
He does some very impressive things.
You guys ever watch this?
Not
the actress, but you ever watch Psycho?
I've watched not the black and white one, but I definitely have watched one of the Psychos, probably around 2 or 3 or whatever. It was in color, and I was way too young to watch it, and it was really creepy.
Oh, really?
I haven't watched it. They did that TV show that I wanted to watch. What was that called? Bates Motel or something? Yeah, and I wanted to watch that, but I just never started.
Yep, I've heard good reviews. I've got a friend whose opinion I kind of trust on things like that, and she said it was really good. So it's on a secondary list. It's on a list of things where if I'm stuck and I don't have anything to watch and it's one of those things, then I'll check it out. You know what I mean?
When you've hit peak boredom, you'll hit play on it and see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a cabin and there's nothing but a flash drive with several shows, and one's the Bates Motel. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I've got a big list of shows like that, and it's not even that they're bad shows. It's just, you know, there's only so much time in the day.
There's only so much time, and there's a lot of shows.
I usually just default back to The Office.
What's that guy's name? Yeah, I've done The Office.
John Tesh, right? This is John Tesh from
Okay.
Entertainment
Is it
Tonight.
just me, or does it look like he could be Bob Barker's brother?
Norman Bates?
Yeah.
I see it a little bit.
I can see it. Bob Barker's brother. I'm gonna throw Mike Pence in there as one of those people as well.
That's a solid one too. The family. Well, there
And
you
Dwight Eisenhower.
Eisenhower. I'm gonna have to reference that one.
If I'm thinking of the right president. Whatever. Carry on.
Well, there you have it. That is the events of September 1992.
That's kind of
It's a slow month.
a boring month.
It was, and believe me, this was the best that I could find. But yeah, I meant to lead in with that. Kind of a slow month for news, but we've had so many newsworthy months leading up to this, so maybe it's kind of nice to calm down for a bit.
Sure.
They thought gang violence only happened in South Central LA. Now it's coming to Beverly Hills. An all-new 90210 Wednesday.